Scientists have studied the world's longest-lived people from Okinawa to Sardinia to the mountains of Costa Rica, and they found something most people completely overlook. It's not a supplement. It's not a drug. It's food. Specific foods, eaten consistently, that literally change how your body ages at the cellular level. If you're over 40, this could be the most important video you watch all year, because Healthspan, how long you live well, is almost entirely in your hands. Let's get into it. What Healthspan really means. Most people are obsessed with lifespan, how long they live. But the real goal is Healthspan, the number of years you live without chronic disease, cognitive decline, or physical dependency. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The average person spends the last 10 to 16 years of their life in poor health. That's not aging. That's slow deterioration. And much of it is preventable. After 40, 3 biological processes start accelerating. Inflammaging, chronic low-grade inflammation that silently damages organs, arteries and brain tissue, cellular senescence, damage cells that refuse to die, and instead poison the tissue around them, and mitochondrial decline, the gradual breakdown of your cellular energy factories. What you eat directly controls all 3, not partially, directly. Food number 1, blueberries. Every cell in your body accumulates DNA damage over time. That's aging at its most fundamental level. Blueberries contain compounds called pterostilbene and anthocyanins that activate your body's own DNA repair enzymes. A landmark Harvard study tracking over 16,000 women found that eating 2 or more servings per week delayed cognitive aging by up to 2.5 years. They also cross the blood-brain barrier and reduce neuroinflammation, the root driver of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. A small handful every morning. That's all it takes. Food number 2, extra virgin olive oil. The longest-lived populations on Earth share one dietary staple, extra virgin olive oil. It contains oleocanthal, a compound that acts like a low dose of ibuprofen every time you eat it, suppressing inflammatory pathways without the side effects. A 2022 Harvard study found that people who consumed more than half a tablespoon daily had a 19% lower risk of dying from any cause. Drizzle it on everything. Cook with it. Pour it generously. It is not a condiment, it is medicine. Food number 3, sardines. Sardines are the most underrated longevity food on the planet. 1 tin provides omega-3s, vitamin D, calcium, selenium, coenzyme Q10, and B12, all in one shot. After 40, bone density loss and cardiovascular inflammation are your 2 biggest biological threats. Sardines address both simultaneously. And unlike large fish, sardines are too small to accumulate mercury. You can eat them several times a week without concern. Okinawans and Sardinians eat small, oily fish daily. This is not a coincidence. Food number 4, walnuts. Your brain is 60% fat. After 40, the quality of fat you eat determines the quality of your thinking. Walnuts are the only nut with a meaningful amount of ALA omega-3 fatty acid, and they're rich in polyphenols that reduce oxidative stress in the brain. A study in the Journal of Nutrition found that daily walnut consumption in adults over 63 lowered LDL cholesterol by 4.3% and significantly reduced cardiovascular inflammation markers. 7 walnuts a day, that's the research-backed dose. A small handful at your desk every afternoon. Food number 5, dark leafy greens. Telomeres are the protective caps on the ends of your chromosomes, like the plastic tip on a shoelace. Every time your cells divide, telomeres shorten. When they get too short, the cell can no longer replicate properly. That's biological aging in its most literal form. Dark leafy greens, spinach, kale, Swiss chard, collard greens are rich in folate, which directly supports telomere maintenance and DNA methylation. Research from UC San Francisco found that higher folate intake was associated with longer telomere length. Eat a large handful daily. Consistency matters more than preparation method. Food number 6, legumes. If there is one food that appears in every single Blue Zone diet, from Loma Linda to Icaria to Nicoya, it's legumes, beans, lentils, chickpeas. Dr. Dan Buettner's Blue Zones. Research found that eating roughly a cup of legumes daily is associated with an extra 4 years of life expectancy. They feed beneficial gut bacteria with prebiotic fiber. They provide plant protein that preserves muscle without taxing the kidneys. They release glucose slowly, keeping insulin stable, the core driver of metabolic aging, and they cost almost nothing. Longevity has never been this accessible. Food number 7. Fermented foods. 70% of your immune system lives in your gut. After 40, microbiome diversity drops, and with it, immune resilience, mood stability, and nutrient absorption all decline. Fermented foods, yogurt, kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, miso, tempeh, actively replenish gut bacteria diversity. A Stanford study, published in Cell, found that a diet high in fermented foods over 10 weeks significantly increased microbiome diversity and reduced 19 markers of inflammation, directly linked to heart disease, diabetes, and neurodegeneration. Pick 2 you enjoy and eat them daily. That's enough. Food number 8. Green tea and matcha. Autophagy is your body's cellular housekeeping system. It breaks down and recycles damaged components before they cause disease. After 40, autophagy slows significantly. Green tea and matcha contain EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate, one of the most studied longevity compounds in existence. EGCG activates autophagy pathways, reduces visceral fat, protects neurons, and is associated with lower rates of multiple cancers. In Japan, where green tea consumption is highest, life expectancy and Healthspan rank among the world's best. 2 to 3 cups daily. Hot or cold? The easiest upgrade in this entire list. The longevity plate, a full day. You don't need to eat all 8 foods every single day. You need a pattern. Here's what a longevity day looks like. Morning, blueberries and oatmeal. Or yogurt, green tea instead of a second coffee. Lunch, a large salad of dark, leafy greens with sardines or legumes, drizzled generously, with extra virgin olive oil. Afternoon, 7 walnuts. Dinner, lentil soup or a bean stew with a fermented side. Kimchi, sauerkraut, or kefir. This is not a diet. There is no start date and no end date. It is a default way of eating that, compounded over years and decades, radically changes your biological trajectory. Foods working against you. A quick word on what actively accelerates aging after 40. Ultra-processed foods are the single biggest driver of inflammaging. Seed oils, oxidized at high heat. Refined sugar that chronically spikes. Insulin, ultra-refined grains that destroy gut bacteria. You don't have to be perfect. Eat longevity foods 80% of the time, and the other 20% won't undo you. It's the accumulation that matters in both directions. The science on this is not fringe. It has been replicated across cultures, continents, and decades of research. The people who live the longest and feel the best into their 70s, 80s, and beyond are not doing anything exotic. They are eating real food, consistently, with intention. Pick one food from this list that you're not currently eating. Just one. Start this week. Small changes compounded over years are the entire game. If this added value, hit like, it helps more people in this age group. Find content that actually matters. Comment below which of these 8 foods are already in your routine. Subscribe for weekly evidence-based longevity content. See you in the next one.